We're going to start a new project today, a new lesson, and it's going to be all about color. We're going to read the story Mouse Paint by Ellen Walsh. Once there were 3 white mice on a white piece of paper. The cat couldn't find them. One day, while the cat was asleep, the mice saw 3 jars of paint. 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 blue. They thought it was mouse paint. They climbed right in. Then 1 was red, 1 was yellow, and 1 was blue. They dripped puddles of paint onto the paper. The puddles look like fun. The red mouse stepped into the yellow puddle and did a little dance. His red feet stirred the yellow puddle until... "Look!" he cried. "Red feet in a yellow puddle make orange." The yellow mouse hopped into a blue puddle. His feet mixed and stirred and mixed until... "Look down!" said the red mouse and the blue mouse. Yellow feet in a blue puddle make green. Then the blue mouse jumped into a red puddle. He splashed and mixed and danced until... "Purple!" they all shouted. Blue feet in a red puddle make purple. But the paint on their fur got sticky and stiff, so they washed themselves down to a nice, soft white and painted the paper instead. They painted 1 part red, 1 part yellow, 1 part blue. They mixed red and yellow to paint an orange part. They mixed yellow and blue to paint a green part, and blue and red to paint a purple part. But they left some white because of the cat. So we're learning about color. And I don't know if you know this, but being an art teacher is awesome. And it's even more awesome because I get to do magic. Magic every day. I can make things appear in front of your eyes like magic. So we first have to review some colors before I can show you some magic. We are going to remember our primary colors. We're going to remember those 3 original colors the mice climbed into. The first one, the lightest one, is yellow. So I'm going to add some yellow watercolor to this. You can see it's kind of a yellow now, but when I swirl it around, it really becomes a yellow. You can really see it. Then we have red. That is next. So I'm going to take a little bit of red and I'm going to drop it in here and I'm going to swirl it around and it has made red. Our last primary color is blue. It's nice and dark. It is the darkest color. So I'm going to put a little bit of blue and I'm going to swirl it around and the water has now become blue. I know you're thinking, come on, Miss Lopez, that's not like real magic. Just watch. I'm going to make colors come alive before you by using my art magic skills. I'm going to make orange. So I'm going to take a little bit of yellow. Actually, a lot of yellow. And a tiny bit of the red. I gotta be careful. It's hard to do this magic if you're not careful. Now, you can see. You see nothing. You see yellow floating in there. You see red floating in there. But once I do my art magic, we now have orange. And orange fits right in between yellow and red, the 2 colors that made it. Okay, so now we need to make Let's mix yellow and blue together. We're going to put it right here. So we need a lot of yellow because it's a very light color. So a lot of yellow. A tiny bit of blue. Right now, they're two separate. But when I do my art magic, I have made green. Yes, it is magic. It happens right before your eyes. Now, our last color to make is my personal favorite. It is purple. We have to put the exact same amount of blue and the exact same amount of red to make our magic happen. So I'm going to put 2 drops of blue, and I need 2 drops of red. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to swirl, and I have made purple. You can see I have a whole rainbow of colors that weren't there. I have made these appear like magic. That's what you can do once you learn how to make your secondary colors by mixing our primaries, the yellow, the red, and the blue together. You can make magic by making the secondary colors, and it happens every single time. Once you can make these 6, you got it easy. So now we're going to talk about what we're going to do with our project, and you're going to get to make a little magic of your own. So we're going to make a color wheel, not a real wheel like these go around in a circle, but ours are going to go along our piece of paper. We're going to have a long white piece of paper. First thing I want you to do, write your name on the paper and then flip it over. We're done with our pencils, so we're going to put those away. Now, I've got to move some things around, and then we're going to get started. So, I've got my paint. This is called temper paint. It's really thick paint, and you don't need extra water. I have a container that has my water and a damp sponge. Got my long white paper with my name on the back. Also have a medium paint brush. So you're going to be sharing these things with everyone except for your brush and your paper. You won't need to share that. The first thing we're going to be doing on our long white piece of paper, we are going to take our brush, and we're going to start with yellow because we want to start with the lightest color first. So I'm going to dip my brush in, pull it out. Notice I dipped in and pulled out. I didn't go in there and stir the whole thing up a long time. No, dip brush in, pull it out. Then on my paper, I'm going to paint a yellow circle. If I start to run out of paint, I dip my brush in and I make sure my yellow circle gets painted all the way in. Now I need to clean my brush. So I'm going to clean it in the water back and forth, and I want to make sure I get the extra water. So I'm going to touch it on my sponge 2 times. Again, clean in the water, touch 2 times. Now I'm going to move on to my next primary color, which is red. So I'm going to dip in, pull out, and notice I'm moving over. So the red's going to be kind of in the middle of the paper. And these are not huge. Right, they're about the size of a tennis ball. Notice my paint is not very thick, so I've got to go back and get more. We want this to look like red, not look like pink. So I'm filling all of that in. Now I'm ready to clean my brush again. So I'm going to clean it and touch it on the sponge. If I touch it on the sponge and there's still red there, that means I didn't clean it well enough. So I'm going to touch it, move to a different spot, and look, I have no red showing. Now I'm ready for the blue. So I'm going to move over again. I am not moving all the way to the end of the paper. And you can see each one is different, and that's okay, but they still look kind of like a circle. So I'm going to dip again because I want it to be nice and thick. I'm spreading my paint out. Notice when I'm painting, I'm being very gentle with my brush. I'm not pushing down hard. I'm trying to use just the tip of the brush to paint with. Now that I've gotten that one done, I'm ready to clean my brush and touch it on the end. So we're going to paint our 3 primary colors first, and then we'll talk about how to make our secondary colors.